Well, a little bit late this morning, folks, but we here, right? We here. We in a dock door right now, getting unloaded. I'm sorry, I can't seem to get this right, but anyway, hope you can see me. All right, everybody, all right. I got some trucker news for everybody today. On December the 7th in Washington State, up there on I-90. There was a 30 vehicle pileup. 12 of them were semi trucks. And today they came out and said that the one who was responsible was one truck driver who's going to get ticketed for damage to 30 vehicles. And the injuries and the highway shut down for half a day. So I decided to come on this morning and give a little bit of 2 cents here. Now, for those of you who get Truckers News, this was an article that I'm commenting about. It was on Truckers News, and the Washington State Patrol are the ones who ticketed the one driver. I mean, it was a mess. They had one truck dumped a whole load of apples all over the highway, which just in the freezing dense fog, that just really it screwed everything up. Okay, so for those who are new to trucking, you should take this as a warning. All right, they are not going to ticket the four-wheeler. They're going to ticket you. And the reason why is the four-wheeler is not a professional driver, for one. And for two, you're higher up. You can see further than a four-wheeler can. And they're going, and because you have a specialized license, they're just going to automatically assume that you're the one that screwed up. So, yeah, don't be thinking that just because that four-wheeler messed up in front of you and caused the accident, don't be thinking that they're not going to try and ticket you first, because that's exactly what they're going to do. So, my advice to any driver out there is to have dash cam. Now, not everyone can afford the subscription to dash cam, but you can get a GoPro. And just every night, if nothing happens that day, you could take the SIM card out, reformat the SIM card, put the SIM card back in before you leave out driving. That way, you have a record if something happens. Now, that being said, if you're in a truck stop and you get hit, I hope you have a dash cam, because sometimes these newer drivers don't want to fess up to the fact that they just tore off somebody's mirror, or they don't even know that they did it. Okay? So they'll go on down the road and you get up to find out what just moved your truck, and this guy is driving off. And 90% of the time they don't have a CB. I want to show you something. I drive local. This is where my CB would be. Do you see a CB? I do not have a CB in here. Now, I do have a CB I can put in here, right? But I haven't used it in so long that the antenna's done gone bad on me, okay? So I don't have a CB. So a lot of local drivers We don't have CBs. So for those road drivers that are out there that are going, well, that damn local driver wouldn't answer me on the CB. Well, we don't have CBs. And a lot of times, most of the local companies here in the Hampton Roads area, they won't even let you put a CB in the truck because they say that's an electrical hazard and it could overtax the batteries or something. I don't know. It's neither here nor there. Okay, it's a company rules, and that's how we have to deal with the company rules, right? So every company is different, but I really highly recommend that if you're new to trucking and you are driving over the road, because my company does have cameras on this truck. Okay, they see me when I'm sitting here talking to you. All right, they see me as I'm driving down the road. They see if I'm drinking anything or taking my hands off the steering wheel or doing anything crazy. Right? They see all of that. All right. And that's actually a safety feature that I like for certain things. I mean, we've all heard about it. Driver going down the highway, they have a heart attack and they die, or they climb in the sleeper berth to go to bed and they end up passing away in their sleep. It's an unfortunate truth about driving over the road, okay, or even driving locally. It's an unfortunate truth. So the fact that my company can see me and see if I have a medical issue all of a sudden, I like that. But it also saves the company from getting sued for something that I didn't do. So if somebody hits me, it's on the dash cam. Okay? And I would highly, highly recommend that you have that, because as we just saw, maybe that driver wasn't driving excessively fast in his mind for the conditions, and maybe he just came up on a patch of black ice, and that started the whole chain of events. But the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, as a 20-year veteran, my opinion is all 30 of those vehicles should be ticketed for driving too fast for the conditions. Because if all of them got into that accident, then they were all following too close and going too fast. Because they should have been able to stop before they got involved in the accident. But here's the reality. The reality is that driver will be ticketed. And that driver will more than likely have his pay garnished. So he's going to be driving for free. And he's more than likely going to have to take a day or two to go to some kind of driving course or safety driving meeting or something of that nature, if he doesn't get fired, because he could get fired. And then these other companies are going to research this guy and they're going to say, oh, well, he was in this huge pileup. He caused this huge pileup. Yeah, I'm not hiring him. So this will have financial repercussions for this driver. And no one tells new drivers this. So again, I want to reiterate. You can run into black ice and be doing everything perfectly right. And someone else could come along and cause an accident and cause you to be in that accident. And then your entire career goes out the fucking window. And the only thing that's going to save you is if you have some kind of dash camera to prove that somebody else is the one that caused the accident. And I hope to God that you listen to older drivers that are in these bigger companies that offer you legal plans. Please, please listen to me. For $5 a week, you cannot go wrong having a lawyer in your back pocket. If you never use it, awesome. But if you need to use it, you already have it. And that can save you thousands of dollars. Okay? As you can tell, experience is speaking here. Okay? You need to have that in your pocket. To the individuals that were in that accident, my heart goes out to you. I hope that those who were injured, that you heal quickly, and that you're not financially strapped right here before Christmas. I know that sometimes these injuries can cause you to be out of work for up to 6 months. My prayers and my heart goes out to you. For the newer drivers, take this as a warning. Even if you think that you are driving for the conditions that are out there, take into account the temperature and, depending on where you're at, spotty fog. Now, fog can cause black ice, and that can cause you to go off the road or off the mountain. And so you, as a driver and as a professional driver, are the one they're going to come and say, you were wrong, even if you're not. So that's my words for today. Y'all have a blessed day. Bicycle.